Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer with the Soul Spa, and I'm here with Carlos. He's a dream interpreter, and I'm going to be asking him a few questions. So, first of all, I'd just like you to tell us about yourself.
In a nutshell, I have been pretty much in the path for a long time, but recently it's just been evolving, and I believe that everybody has been going through a shift where their gifts are just exploding. So a lot of my experience has been just do as I go. I don't have a map. I believe that the true wisdom has been able to hear spirit on the moment, and that's where wisdom comes. It's not something that you learn or attain. It's just being able to hear that voice and know what you need to do at every turn. So my assignment has always been different. It started with spiritual training, healing training, dream interpretation, but it has had so many facets and so many different assignments that I just never know what's going to happen. I just never know what's going to happen, and I'm happy with that. I do have a main instruction, which is to activate people in the realm of the supernatural. And at the same time, I get to do healings here and there, but it seems that the pattern has been more towards the amazing, beautiful community of healers that are out there being obedient, growing through their process, and still hanging tight to their calm. The new breed of healers that have been activated is just amazing. They're just amazing because they come from everywhere.
Yeah.
And I believe in the healers. I believe in the what I was shown about them. So that has been really, really dearly held in my heart for that. And when I see somebody that is a career healer, that they're just like, they know what it is they're supposed to be, and I'm able to give and see a dramatic change in their practice. It's just very rewarding, but I never know when, where, how. I never get to turn it on or off.
Wow. Well, I think that's really beautiful. And it sounds like heavy stuff to me. So you do a whole lot more than just dream interpretation.
I have been thrown into playing the didgeridoo and healing with it when I didn't even know how to play the didgeridoo. From that to like doing blessings on land, and I mean, I'm pretty sure anybody that's spiritual has done part of it, but it's just been like a very accelerated process where it's like, no, you just go with the flow.
Do it.
I've seen legs grow, I've seen backs being healed, I've seen all kinds of stuff, and that's really encouraging to be able to see that something like that can happen through the healing community. I just know that can happen through the healing community. That level of miraculous can happen through the healing community, and I'm seeing it left and right. But yeah, I've seen crazy stuff. And it doesn't stop. It's just like at every turn there's something new, and that's just how the spirit flows.
It sounds so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, all my questions are about dream interpretation. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Okay.
Do that.
Okay, so I've got, what role, in your opinion, do dreams play in our lives?
Dreams. When we dream and we retain the dream, we're being given instructions in different ways. we're channeling, we're receiving messages, and a lot of them are you know, prophecies. A lot of them are instructional. A lot of them are warnings. A lot of them are just deposits that you will get in your spirit that if you knew how awesome they were, you would sabotage them so you don't remember the dream.
Wow. That's amazing. I think a lot of people forget their dreams. I do.
Yes. And you know that something happened in your dream that you, and it's just like if you remembered and you looked at it, it's almost like, am I gonna jump off this cliff? Are you kidding me? And you would just back out.
Right. I've had dreams like that where I'll wake up and I'll be like, holy shit, something really intense happened, but I don't remember a thing.
Exactly.
I just know that all of my dreams last night were so freaking intense.
Yes.
You know, I'll just wake up in complete shock.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so those are different dreams. You know, there's dreams that reveal your shadow side, or something that you're working from or healing from.
Mm-hmm.
So even like nightmarish dreams,
yeah,
they will have an aspect of where you're going in your healing. So it just depends on what's thrown at you,
mm-hmm.
with dreams. And I just take it on a case by case. You know, what's been thrown at me. If it's a dream, I'll just wait to hear that voice of wisdom at the last second, where sometimes it doesn't even make sense to me, and I take that leap of faith and say, this is what I'm seeing. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but here you have it. And then all of a sudden it'll make sense.
Right.
Either sooner or later. Like, I had one time, we were reading, you know, a lady, and she was an older lady, and she had a dream and just an experience where I was getting like this Star Wars scene, and it wouldn't go away. And we're talking about a 70-year-old lady.
Right.
It didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. And so I shared what I had, and she's like, that makes total perfect sense, because we were in this place and it was warfare. Everybody was against us, but we were supposed to be there for the kids that we were serving, and all of a sudden it was over. Right. And that was exactly the scene that I was seeing, except in Star Wars.
Right.
And so it totally made her feel good that it was just an assignment that she had to be in that place for a particular time. And so when you're dealing with spirit, you can't box it. You don't know what's going to happen. You may have your little things that you hang on to as anchors, you know, but in reality, if you want to continue growing, a lot of times those things just have to shed, and you have to just flow with the new wings that are given to you.
Yeah.
You know, and I believe this is the time and the season for people to get out of their box, start giving, start flowing, and not have a grid.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Have that freedom to do whatever the heck we want without the box.
What is given to you, because one thing is like when you're following spirit, and when you can flow, you can fly, you can everything. It's just like with that instruction. Mm-hmm. You know, but it's like always being tuned into, okay, what next? And all of a sudden it's like, okay, go stand up, you know, on your head at a gas station. And you're like, okay. And then all of a sudden a miracle happens.
Right. It was just the other day I was being, you know, I got paid from my client, and I felt like the money was so sacred, it needed to be spent on sacredness. Mm-hmm. So I have this money in my hand, I'm like, I have no idea what to do with it, it's so sacred. And then this thing popped up into my head to go to the crystal store, and we were thinking, well, it's not even open, probably not even open, it's 5 o'clock on a Saturday. Mm-hmm. And I go there and I find the stone that is like so amazing. It was calling me from across the city. And then I met with a girl that I had met, you know, at a circle a couple weeks ago, and it was so synchronistic. And I mean, just something so random and crazy can happen, you know, and all of a sudden, bam, you know, you listen to it and
Yes.
and
Yeah.
something really crazy can happen.
And that's available to everybody. The only thing that keeps us from learning and moving and flowing is thinking that we know it all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, already been here, already been there, and all of a sudden you're presented with a similar situation, but are you willing to stop and listen?
Mm-hmm. Makes all the difference.
Makes all the difference. Makes all the difference. And so our learning, you know, spiritually is accelerated and is never the same, and that's what's exciting about it.
Yeah.
And so with me, I never know what's gonna happen, but it's always crazy and powerful.
Sounds like the life. I'm racing towards living that way myself, and I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
Just around the world, even people who aren't awake, they're finding themselves in, you know, massive amounts of stress and depression, and really those are just symptoms of healing.
Yeah.
On a massive scale, you know, clearing out the collective. And
Mm-hmm.
so either on both perspectives, I think that's happening for a majority of the world.
Yeah.
So I think you already pretty much talked about it, but I wrote it down anyway. So how can we use them to grow?
Well, like I said, a lot of the things that we'll get will be last minute, but also I was just being reminded that people have certain specialties or certain things that they're good at.
Yeah.
You know, like I have a friend that came from a certain, you know, religious system that now is helping other people get out of it, and that's her niche.
Mm.
You know, and with that, her gifts are flowing and growing. And so it just depends on where your walk has been. You know, some people will have a certain thing that they know it's like their main calling. Like for me, activating people.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't limit me to activating people.
Right.
I can play the didgeridoo and see something amazing. I can, you know, get a word and channel it and see something amazing. I can be told to heal somebody, not even know how that's going to happen, and all of a sudden they have a new heart or a new eye, or that's what I'm pressing towards, is seeing the manifestation of the creative miracle. And I've seen some of it. It's just like, it seems so intense that I go at it tippy-toeing sometimes, but I have to still take the plunge and know that if I'm told something, the Spirit has the ability to perform what it's saying. It just needs a voice. And that's our calling. It's like, hey, I want to give this person new lungs because they have cancer. Okay, how is that going to happen? But okay, what do I do? Well, put your hands on. Or, you know, send your energy or whatever, and you just take that plunge into, like, this is going to look stupid, but I'm supposed to do this, and then your job stops there.
Right. And they just work through you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. But I don't go around trying to make it happen, trying to turn it on or off.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like, okay, today I'm going to go skiing. And something happens. Or like I've been in circles where I'm like, okay, so where's your intention? I'm just checking things out. And all of a sudden, bam, something happens. I'm like, everybody's like, I thought you were just checking things out. It's like, well, it's not me, it's Spirit.
Right.
You know? And it's just being available. It's just being like, okay, I know how I listen.
So you're just saying all you have to do is listen to them, and the messages will come through. You don't have to work hard for it, as long as you're open and listening.
And the main thing I believe that it all revolves in the realm of love. There's nothing that when you're channeling the right energy is going to come through that is not love. It's all about edifying, building, encouraging, healing, transmuting energies, bringing people to the next level, growing so that you can thrive, because that's what we're made to be. Now, does that mean that I have all the answers and I'm like a guru or something? No, I'm just Carlos. When I channel, I'm somebody else, and that's totally spirit, and then when I come back, I'm just back to being quirky old me.
Right.
But I know who I am in relationship to spirit. I know that I am here to call the shots when I'm told to call the shots. I know that I have authority. I know that I am royalty, even though I'm quirky and I got my own stuff to work on. But I'm totally a completely different person from years ago.
Right.
And I know that I still have healing to do on myself, and that happens as I go. I don't have to worry about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. How freeing that feels to just not worry about it, just let it flow through.
Mm-hmm.
So you said something, I just kind of want to go back a little bit. You were saying, oh no, I can't remember. Oh, something about, I can't remember.
Well, one thing that crossed my mind when I was saying that is that the gifts that are given by spirit are unconditional.
Right.
That's one thing that most systems out there teach you. You have to do this in order to get that. You have to be good in order to be spiritual. No. You're given a gift, and that gift is a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And you're given love, and that love is never conditional. There's no condition for you to receive universal love. As you are, where you are, there's no condition. You're just loved. You can be free. You can play. You can mess up. You can, and not worry that you're not loved.
Oh.
When you're affirming that, that gives you freedom.
Yeah.
And that gives you a different understanding of the nature that this beautiful universe has, for us. It's just like, yeah, there it is. It's our human conditioning, our system conditioning that says, you're a mess. No, you're not.
Right.
That's what we're taught. Oh, there's something wrong with you. You gotta fix it. No.
Even the spiritual side of things teaches that a lot of the times.
Most of it is conditional. But when you're dealing with spirit, when you're dealing with source, when you're dealing with God, there's none of that. Even though there are systems out there that will say, it's conditional. You got to do this and that. No, it's not. It's not.
Right.
We're all at plane level. We're all loved the same. And we all are called to the miraculous. We are miraculous beings. We're built to channel powerful healing energy to create. I mean, if you look at quantum physics, whatever you focus manifests.
Right.
And so how can you say no to something that's been proven scientifically? That we are spiritual beings.
Exactly, it's true.
And so, I don't know. I believe that. I mean, part of the message that I have is just like, it doesn't. Don't limit yourself by labeling yourself. That's the ultimate limiting factor. You want to label yourself as a son and the daughter of the most powerful energy that there is, the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it. That's your identity. You're loved, period.
Beautiful words. I remember what I was going to ask. Well, I forgot it again. So maybe it's just not meant to be said.
That's fine.
So you're saying every single person can have access to these gifts at any given moment, or?
Yeah, just the one thing that I've found is that the one common denominator of somebody that will grow comes down to hunger. It's just like asking me, can I see when you have eyes?
Right.
Can I smell when I have a nose? Can I,
Okay.
you know, we're all designed to function spiritually the same.
Okay.
Okay, we all have teeth, we can chew, we can hold something in our hands. So as we're built for the miraculous. We're built to heal, to love, to manifest that. But we're also our level of desire will reflect what we experience. Our level of hunger. If you're tired of this world system where you just go to work, pay bills, come home, and are conditioned to this limited existence, I mean, that's why people get hungry, because like I said, there's got to be something more to this, right? And all of a sudden you discover that there is, and that all you have to do is ask. As your heart opens, there's, you know, things start happening. You know, I mean, I can't tell you how many people that are hungry or that need a word of encouragement or something just come across, and all of a sudden, boom, there comes a word, and they're like, what happened? Like, my whole life turned around. Well, that's accessible. That's there. And I just want to say, it's not something that you're ever going to own. And that's one of the things that recently came up, you know, is that, no, we don't own this stuff. When we start owning our experience and trying to harness it, we stop growing.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I've done this healing, so I'm going to call it this, and this is how you do it, because this is how I've done it. And all of a sudden I'm harnessing everything, and I'm, you know, putting my name on this business card to do this and that. It's like, yes, you definitely, there's an aspect of sharing your gift, but what I'm talking about is in your heart saying, I know what's going on. And I said it before. But it's like a lot of people try to get a gift, which is not going to go away, then they try to harness it and work only within that parameter, and all of a sudden anything where they could grow. And it all comes down to fear. People get afraid of how much they can do. And instead of saying, okay, I'm going to take the next risk, they're like, oh no, I know what to do, and I'm going to stop here. And I've seen people stop.
Okay. Well, I would really like to do a little bit of a demonstration. You've kind of talked all about all these different things that you do. Okay.
I think that should be plenty for now. We can do another video later.
Okay, that sounds great. If
For the sake of time.
To. Yeah. Okay.
I think the message had plenty of spiritual content.
Definitely. Okay. Well, my one last thing is, do you do long distance?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So anybody watching this video can call you up.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Carlos. That was an amazing interview, and I'm so excited. This is the first one that we've ever done, and I hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.